Hey everyone and welcome to this session children on Top Scholars. Here we're going to discuss Chemistry ICSE Board Grade 10. Basically we are going to discuss previous year's questions that appeared in the board examination. So let us begin with the questions straight away. This is your section A and here is the first question. So choose the correct answers to the questions from the given options. So unsaturated hydrocarbons undergo addition reaction, substitution reaction, oxidation reaction or redox reaction. So 4 options are given. We have to choose the correct option. This is section A, question number 1, asked for 1 mark. So let us see the solution. So unsaturated hydrocarbons such as alkenes and alkynes undergo addition reactions because being highly reactive, the unsaturated bonds are broken with the addition of new atoms or groups to form the saturated molecule. So what is the right answer? The right answer is option A, that is addition reaction. Let us begin with the second question. In the second period, neon has maximum ionization potential because 4 options are given. It has unstable electronic configuration, it easily accepts electrons, it easily loses electrons, or the outermost shell is completely filled. See the solution. Due to the stable configuration and the octet rule, that is outermost shell is completely filled with 8 electrons. The electrons are tightly held by the nucleus in the second period element, neon, and it requires a significant amount of energy to remove an electron from the outer shell. So what is the correct answer, children? The correct answer is option D, that is the outermost shell is completely filled. Let us see the third question of section A now. Copper, zinc and tin are the metals alloyed to form. So the options are duralumin, brass, bronze or solder. So what is the solution? Bronze is an alloy of copper, zinc and tin. So bronze is the right answer, that is option C. Let's have a look at the next question, that is question number 4. The metal hydroxide which reacts with both acids and alkalis to form salt and water is calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide or ferric hydroxide. So what is the correct answer, children? So amphoteric hydroxides react with both alkalis and acids. Aluminum hydroxide is an amphoteric in nature. So aluminum hydroxide, that is option C, is the correct option. Let's have a look at the next question, that is your question number 5. It says, reaction of an alcohol with a carboxylic acid in the presence of concentrated H2SO4 is termed as halogenation, esterification, hydrogenation or dehydrohalogenation. What's the right answer? The reaction of an alcohol with a carboxylic acid in the presence of sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4, is called an esterification reaction. So option B, that is esterification, is the correct option. Let's have a look at the next question, that is your question number 6. So the question says conversion of ethanol to ethene by the action of concentrated sulfuric acid involves dehydration, dehydrogenation, dehydrohalogenation or hydrolysis. So what is the right answer? Conversion of ethanol to ethene by the action of concentrated sulfuric acid involves dehydration, in which a water molecule is eliminated. So dehydration, which is your option A, is the correct option. Let's have a look at the new question, that is your question number 7 from the main question number 1. It says the oxidizing agent in the given equation, that is S plus 2 times H2SO4 gives 3SO2 plus 2H2O is what? The 4 options are sulfur, sulfuric acid, sulfur dioxide, water. So let us see the solution. So the oxidation state of the sulfur atom in the ground state changes from 0 to +4. Thus, sulfuric acid oxidizes the ground state of the sulfur atom and hence acts as an oxidizing agent. So, sulfuric acid is the right answer. Let's have a look at the new question now, that is your 8th sub question. The electron affinity is maximum in which of the followings? Mg, Ar, Li, Br. So what's the right answer? So bromine has a relatively high electron affinity compared to the other elements because it is a halogen and tends to gain one electron to achieve a stable electronic configuration. So Br, that is bromine, is the correct answer, which is your option D. Let's have a look at the new question now. That is your question number 9 of section A, question 1. The compound that is not a constituent of the electrolytic mixture used in the Hall-Herold's process is Al2O3, NaAl2, Na3AlF6, CaF2. So what's the right answer? The right answer is NaAl2. That is not the compound used in the electrolytic mixture of Hall-Herold's process. So option B is the correct option. Let's have a look at the new question now. It says, on passing ammonia gas over heated copper oxide for some time, a reddish brown residue is left behind. What property of ammonia is demonstrated here? Basic property, oxidizing property, reducing property, or acidic property. So here when ammonia gas, that is NH3, is passed over heated copper oxide and a brown color residue is left, it indicates the reducing property of ammonia. So reducing property is the right answer, that is your option C. Let's have a look at the new question now. Question number 11 of question 1. Rotten egg smell is due to the liberation of option A, HCl gas, option B, H2S gas, option C, Cl2 gas, option D, SO2 gas. So let us see the solution. The rotten egg smell is due to the liberation of hydrogen sulfide gas, that is nothing but H2S. So hydrogen sulfide, that is option B, is the correct option. Let's have a look at the 12th question now. The question says, ammonia gas is collected by downward displacement of air since ammonia is very slightly soluble in water, heavier than air, lighter than air, or insoluble in water. So what do we know about ammonia? Ammonia gas is collected by the downward displacement of air because ammonia is lighter than air. So option C, that is lighter than air, is the correct option. Let's have a look at the next question. It says, which of the following would occupy 22.4 liters at STP? 32 gram of oxygen gas, 2 moles of hydrogen gas, 6.022 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 molecules of ammonia. So there are 3 questions here. So the first option says 1 and 2 both are correct. The second option says 1 and 3 both are correct. The third option says 2 and 3 are correct. The fourth option says all 3 of them are correct. Here the atomic weights are also given to you. For oxygen 16, hydrogen 1, nitrogen 14. Since 1 mole of any gas at STP has a volume of 22.4 liters, so we can say that 32 gram of oxygen equals the mass of 1 mole of oxygen gas. Therefore, 32 gram of O2 has volume of STP, which is 22.4 liters. Along with that, 6.023 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 molecule of any gas contains 1 mole of gas. Hence, 6.023 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 molecules of ammonia has volume equal to 22.4 liters. So here we can say that first option as well as third option, both of them are correct. So your option B is the right option. Let's have a look at the next question. It says, in the molecule of water, oxygen atom has one shared pair of electrons, three shared pair of electrons, two lone pairs of electrons, one lone pair of electrons. So what is the correct answer, children? Oxygen, as we know, has 6 electrons in its valence shell. So it shares 2 electrons with the 2 hydrogen atoms to form the H2O molecule, and the remaining 4 electrons do not take part in bonding, is called lone pair of electrons. Therefore, in water molecule, oxygen has 2 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs of electrons. So what is the right answer? Right answer is option C, which is 2 lone pairs of electrons. Let's have a look at the next question. That is your question number 15. It says, a mineral from which the metal can be extracted economically and conveniently is known as matrix, ore, flux, alloy. So what is the answer to this? Ores are naturally occurring minerals that contain a high concentration of desired metal or metals along with other elements and compounds to make their extraction economically viable. So ore is the right answer. So this completes your section A. The first 15 questions will be based on the MCQs, and now we are going to move with section A, question number 2. In question number 2, this is the first question. The following sketch represents the electroplating of an iron cup with nickel metal. Study the diagram and answer the following questions. So the diagram is given to us and some questions will be given. We are supposed to answer those. This question is asked for 5 marks. So the first question says, during electroplating, the iron cup is placed at the cathode. Give reason why. The second question says, name the ion that must be present in the electrolyte. The third question says, state one condition that is necessary to ensure that the deposit is smooth, firm and even. The fourth question says, write the reaction taking place at the cathode. The fifth one says, what change would you observe at the anode? So 5 questions, 1 mark for each question. Let's begin with the first part. The metal which is to be electroplated should always be at cathode in electroplating. Therefore, the metal ion in it gets reduced at the cathode and forms a layer on it. The answer to the second question is cation, that is Ni2 plus and anion depend upon the electrolyte taken. The passage of low current for a long time is a necessary condition to ensure the deposit is smooth, even and firm. Ni2 plus 2E minus gives us Ni, that is nickel. Negatively charged ions, which depends upon the electrolyte, move towards the anode but do not discharge due to nature of the electrode. But nickel loses 2 electrons and gets converted into Ni2 plus in the solution. This results in the anode electrode getting thinner and the ion cup becoming thicker over the time of electrolysis. So now we have the second question from section A. Match the column A with column B. This is again asked for 5 marks. So your first column has your column A, which includes water, alkali metal, halogen, calcium oxide, weak acid. The column B includes lithium, iodine, covalent compound, acetic acid, ionic compound, sulfuric acid. Let us see the solution. So from column A and column B, we are going to match this water goes with covalent compound, alkali metal is your lithium, halogen is your iodine, calcium oxide is your ionic compound, and the fifth one, weak acid, is acetic acid. Let's have a look at the new question now. Question 3 from your main question 2. Complete the following sentence by choosing the correct answer from the brackets. This question is again asked for 5 marks, and here the first question says the salt that can be prepared by direct combination is dash FeCl2 or FeCl3. Question number 2. The metallic oxide which can be reduced by using common reducing agents is dash Fe2O3 or Al2O3. The third question says the metal nitrate which on thermal decomposition forms a black residue is dash zinc nitrate or copper nitrate. The fourth question says during the electrolysis of copper sulfate solution, if dash is used as electrode, the color of the electrode does not fade. Is it copper or platinum? The fifth question says the process of heating the concentrated ore in a limited supply or absence of air is dashed roasting or calcination. So let us see the solution. The solution to the first one is FeCl3, Al2O3. We have copper nitrate, we have copper again. So in this way we have filled all the 5 blanks, and this question was asked for 5 marks. Now let us move on to the fourth question of your section A. State the terms for the following, asked for 5 marks again. And here we have the first question. The question says the group obtained by removing one hydrogen atom from the parent alkane. The amount of substance which contains the same number of units as the number of atoms in carbon 12. The tendency of an atom to pull a shared electron towards itself in a compound. The formula which represents the simplest ratio between the atoms of elements present in a compound. Let us see the solution. The solution to the first question is alkyl group. For B, it is electrodes, that is cathode and anode. C, it is mole. Answer to the fourth question is electronegativity. Empirical formula. So let's have a look at the first question that says give the IUPAC name of the organic compounds represented by the structural formulae given below. So this is the first structural formula. Here is the second. Draw the structural diagram for the following organic compounds: 3-methylpentane, propyne, methanol. So let us see the solution now. The answer to the first one is 2,3-dichloropentane, and for the second one, propanoic acid, B, 3-methylpentane, and here we have the structure as well. For 2-propyne, here is the structure, and for 3-methanol, here is the structure. Let us move on to section B now, that is your question number 3. Rewrite the following statements by adding the correct word as shown in the example. This question is asked for 2 marks in ICSE 2024. The given statement is ammonia changes moist red litmus to blue, and the correct statement given is aqueous ammonia changes moist red litmus to blue. So A is your sulfuric acid acts as a dehydrating agent. B, ammonia reacts with chlorine to give ammonium chloride and nitrogen. Here is a solution. For A, concentrated sulfuric acid acts as a dehydrating agent. Ammonia reacts with chlorine to give hydrogen chloride and nitrogen. Let's have a look at the new question now. It says identify only the anion present in the following compound. The compound on heating produces a colorless, odorless gas which turns lime water milky and has no effect on acidified potassium dichromate solution. The second question says, the solution of the compound which on treating with concentrated sulfuric acid and freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution produces a brown ring. The solution to the first question is anion is carbonate. When metal carbonates are heated, a colorless and an odorless gas is evolved. This gas is carbon dioxide, that is CO2. When CO2 is passed through lime water, it turns lime water milky. Also, this gas does not show any effect when passed through the solution of acidified potassium dichromate. The answer to B part is a brown colored ring is generally formed at the junction of the test tube containing the mixture of ferrous sulfate and sulfuric acid. This ring indicates the presence of nitrate ions in the given solution. Now we have the next question, that is question number 3 of main question 3. Mohan has 3 solutions P, Q and R having a pH of 13, 5 and 2 respectively. Which of the above solutions is P, Q or R? A. Will react with magnesium to liberate hydrogen gas. B. Will liberate ammonia gas when it reacts with ammonium chloride. C. Will contain molecules as well as ions. So here is the solution. Among the solutions P, Q and R, the solution with pH 2, that is R, will react with magnesium to liberate hydrogen gas, as metal when reacts with acid gives hydrogen gas. For B, ammonia gas will be liberated from ammonium salts like ammonium chloride on addition of alkaline solution. Therefore, solution P is used. C. A solution which contains both molecules and ions is nearly neutral with pH 7. Solution Q with a pH of 5 is closest to such the pH value of 7. Now let's move to a new question, that is your question number 4 from section B. The following table is related to an industrial process of an acid. So here is a table. Name of the process is given, reactant is given, catalyst is given, final product is given. We're supposed to identify A, B and C. The reactant is SO2 plus O2. So A, the process is the contact process. For B, that is the catalyst, is vanadium oxide, that is V2O5, and the final product is your sulfur trioxide, that is SO3. Let's have a look at the new question now. It says define the following terms. First is molar volume, second is normal salt. Molar volume refers to the volume occupied by 1 mole of a substance under specific conditions of temperature and pressure. What is a normal salt? A normal salt is a term used to describe a salt that is formed when a metal or a metal-like group of elements replaces replaceable hydrogen atoms in an acid molecule through a neutralization reaction. Let's see a new question now. It says draw the electron dot structure of methane molecule, nitrogen molecule. The atomic number of nitrogen, carbon and hydrogen are 7, 6 and 1 respectively given to us. So methane molecule. So here is the structure of methane molecule, nitrogen molecule, and here is the structure. Let's have a look at the next question. Question number 3. Complete and balance the following equation. So Al2O3 plus NaOH gives what? C2H5 COONA plus NaOH, C2H4Br2 plus alcoholic KOH gives what? So here in the first one 2NaAlO2 plus H2O, in the second one Na2CO3 plus C2H6, in the third one so ethene plus 2KBr plus 2H2O. Let's have a look at the new question now. It says choose the organic compound from the list given below to answer the following questions. So ethene, ethanoic acid, ethanol, methanol. Question A is the compound which does not have double bond in its structure. The compound which in its pure form turns into an ice-like solid on cooling. The compound which is useful for artificial ripening of fruits. So the answer to the first question is ethanol. That is the compound which does not have double bond in its structure, that is C2H5OH. The compound which is in its pure form that turns into an ice-like solid on cooling is ethanoic acid. And the compound which is used for the artificial ripening of fruits is ethane. Let us see a new question, that is your question number 5 now. The first subpart of question number 5, it says name the main metal used in making of alloys given below. So first is duralumin, second is stainless steel. Let us see the solution. So duralumin is an alloy of aluminium, copper, manganese and magnesium, and stainless steel is an alloy of iron and chromium. Let us see a new question. Differentiate between the following pairs based on the criteria given. Sulfuric acid and nitric acid using barium chloride solution. Unsaturated and saturated hydrocarbons. Type of bond present. The answer to the first question is sulfuric acid on reaction with barium chloride will give white precipitate, whereas nitric acid will not give any precipitate on reaction with barium chloride. For B, saturated hydrocarbons consist of only single covalent bonds between two carbons, while unsaturated hydrocarbons consist of at least one or more double or triple carbon-carbon bonds in the compounds. Let's see a new question now. That is the third question of main question, question number 5. Calcium carbonate reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid as given below. CaCO3 plus 2HCl gives CaCl2 plus H2O plus CO2. The first question says, what is the mass of 5 moles of calcium carbonate? Relative molecular mass of calcium carbonate is 100, that is given. Second question says, how many moles of HCl will react with 5 moles of calcium carbonate? The third question says, what is the volume of carbon dioxide liberated at STP at the same time? Let us see the solution. Molecular mass of CaCO3 is 100 gram per mole. Now to measure the mass of 5 moles of CaCO3, we use the formula mass is equal to number of moles multiplied by molar mass. So mass is equal to 5 moles multiplied by 100 gram per mole, which is 500 grams. Therefore, the mass of 5 moles of CaCO3 is 500 grams. The answer to the second one is, according to the balanced equation, 1 mole of calcium carbonate CaCO3 reacts with 2 moles of hydrochloric acid HCl. So if you have 5 moles of calcium carbonate, you will need 5 mole multiplied by 2, that is 10 moles of hydrochloric acid for a complete reaction. And the solution to the third one is, according to equation, 1 mole of calcium carbonate produces 1 mole of carbon dioxide CO2. Therefore 5 moles of calcium carbonate would produce 5 moles of carbon dioxide. At STP, 1 mole of any gas occupies 22.4 liters. So 5 moles of CO2 can occupy mass is equal to number of moles multiplied by molar volume at STP. So mass is 5 moles multiplied by 22.4 liters, that is equal to 112 liters. Let's have a look at the next question, that is question number 4. Identify the gas evolved in each of the following reactions. Methane undergoes complete combustion. Copper carbonate is heated. MnO2 reacts with concentrated HCl. Here is the solution. The answer to the first one is methane on complete combustion gives carbon dioxide gas and water. The answer to the second one is thermal decomposition of copper carbonate gives cupric oxide and carbon dioxide gas. The answer to the third one is the chlorine gas is released when MnO2 reacts with HCl. So here is a new question. It says, here we have two reactions. One is in the solution state, second is in the molten state. From the above reaction, X or Y, identify the reaction which exhibits A. Electrolytic dissociation, B. Ionization. Here is the solution. The ions are formed in molten state, while in the solid state, the ions are packed tightly together due to the electrostatic force between them. So, PbBr2 gives Pb2 plus 2Br minus, or reaction Y will show electrolytic dissociation. The answer to B, that is ionization, is the reaction X in the solution state gives an ionization reaction, that is HCl to form H plus Cl minus. Let's have a look at the new question, that is the second part. Give reason for the following. Insert gases do not form ions. Covalent compounds have a low melting and boiling point. Let us see the solution. Inert gas do not form ions because their outermost shell is completely filled and possess a stable configuration. So they are unreactive in nature and do not form ions. The answer to B is the molecules that are formed by the covalent bonds are held together by weak intermolecular forces. Thus, a very small amount of energy is required to break the bonds between two or more molecules. As a result, they possess low melting and boiling points. The third question says, arrange the following as per the instruction given in the brackets. Carbon, fluorine, beryllium, decreasing order of atomic size, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, acetic acid, increasing order of number of replaceable H atoms per molecule. And the third question says potassium, lithium, sodium, increasing order of ionization potential. Here is the solution. The decreasing order of their atomic size is as follows. That is beryllium, carbon, and then fluorine. And the increasing order of the replaceable hydrogen ions is as follows. Acetic acid, then sulfuric acid, then phosphoric acid. And the answer to the third one is the increasing order of their ionization potential is as follows. That is potassium, sodium, lithium. Here is the next question. It says identify the following. An element in period 1 which can be placed in both group 1 and group 17 of the periodic table. Question B. The element having electronic configuration 286. The most electronegative element of period 3. Let us see the solution. The answer to the first one is hydrogen. The answer to the second question is sulfur. The answer to the third one is chlorine. Let's have a look at a new question now, that is question number 7 of section B. This is the first part. So it says, Rita was given an unknown salt for identification. She prepared a solution of the salt and divided it into two parts. To the first part of the salt solution, she added a few drops of ammonium hydroxide and obtained a reddish brown precipitate. To the second part of the salt solution, she added a few drops of silver nitrate solution and obtained a white precipitate. So name the cation present and the anion present in the salt given for identification. Here is the solution. Ferric chloride reacts with ammonium hydroxide to give a reddish brown precipitate. The cation part is Fe3+. Ferric chloride reacts with a silver chloride precipitate. A white precipitate of silver chloride is formed. The anion part is chloride ions, that is Cl-. Next question, that is your second question of question number 7. Fill in the blanks by choosing the correct answer from the bracket. Carbon tetrachloride is a dash polar or non-polar covalent molecule. Question B. During electrolysis of acidulated water, the gas liberated at the anode is oxygen or hydrogen. The answer to the first one is non-polar. Carbon tetrachloride is a non-polar covalent molecule. The answer to the second question is oxygen, that is during electrolysis of acidulated water, the gas liberated at the anode is oxygen. It says ammonia burns in oxygen as shown below. That is 4NH3 plus 3O2 gives 2N2 plus 6H2O. If 240 cc of ammonia is burned in 300 cc of oxygen, find out the composition of the resultant gaseous mixture at room temperature. Let us see the solution. The balanced chemical reaction can be shown as 4NH3 plus 3O2 gives 2N2 plus 6H2O. As per the stoichiometry of the equation, we can say that for O2, 4 parts of NH3 reacts with 3 parts of O2. Thus, 240 cc of NH3 reacts with 240 cc multiplied by 3 divided by 4, that is 180 cc of O2. For nitrogen, 4 parts of NH3 results in 2 parts of nitrogen. 240 cc of NH3 will result in 2 multiplied by 240 by 4, that is 120 cc of N2. For H2O, 4 parts of NH3 results in 6 parts of H2O. 240 cc of NH3 is equal to 240 into 6 by 4, which is equal to 360 cc of H2O. Thus, the composition mixture of the resultant mixture is 120 cc N2 plus 180 cc O2 plus 360 cc H2O vapor. Let's have a look at the new question, question number 4. The following table shows the electronic configuration of the atoms A, B, C, D. Elements A, B, C, D. Electronic configuration is for A 2882, for B 26, for C 287 and for D 24. Write the formula of the compound formed between first A and B, second D and C. Which of the above elements will exhibit catenation? Let us see the solution. So A is calcium with atomic number 20 and B is oxygen with atomic number 8. The compound formed with these two elements is calcium oxide and its chemical formula is CaO. The answer to the second one is C is chlorine and with atomic number 17 and D is carbon with atomic number 6. The compound formed with these two elements is carbon tetrachloride and its chemical formula is CCl4. Part B. The element that will exhibit catenation is D as it is carbon atom. Let us see the 8th question, the first part of it. Choose the correct answer from the list given below. Zinc blend, C2H2, calamine, hematite, the ore which can be concentrated by magnetic separation. Empirical formula for ethyne. Solution. The ore which can be concentrated by magnetic separation is hematite. The empirical formula of ethyne is CH. The second question says give balanced equation for the following reactions. Copper reacts with concentrated nitric acid. Aluminium nitride is treated with warm water. Here is the solution. The reaction of copper with nitric acid results in the formation of copper nitrate that can be shown as CuS plus 4HNO3, that is concentrated, gives CuNO3 2 plus 2NO2 plus 2H2O. The answer to B is the reaction of aluminium nitride with warm water forms aluminium hydroxide that can be shown as like this. Let's have a look at the new question. Match the salts underlined in column A with the most suitable method of preparation given in column B. So there are two columns given, column A and column B. Here we have ZnCl2 from Zn, precipitation, KNO3 from KOH, direct combination, CaCO3 from CaCl2, displacement reaction, neutralization. So we have 3 parts in column A, 4 parts in column B, and we are supposed to match the column. So here, in column A and column B, ZnCl2 from Zn goes with displacement reaction, KNO3 from KOH, we match that with neutralization, and CaCO3 from CaCl2 matches with precipitation. Let us have a look at the new question. It says hydrogen chloride gas is prepared in the lab by the action of concentrated sulfuric acid on sodium chloride. Give a balanced chemical reaction for the above reaction. State the method of collection of the gas formed above. What is property of sulfuric acid that makes it a suitable reagent for the reaction? Here is the solution. The chemical reaction can be shown as H2SO4 plus 2 NaCl gives Na2SO4 plus 2 HCl. Hydrogen chloride gas is collected by downward delivery technique, that is upward displacement of air. And the answer to the third one is sulfuric acid acts as an oxidizing agent and possesses non-volatile nature and high boiling point.